Hi folks, got a bit of a new toy here. This is a TL866CS Universal Programmer. And I bought it because I saw Dave EEV blog Jones do a review on it, and I thought it was pretty good value, and I've been meaning to get one of these universal programmers for a while, so I went on eBay, got a pretty good deal on it, and it's arrived. So I won't bother doing a real review on this thing because Dave has done an excellent review already, which I'll link down below. But I did think that we could, well, I'll show you a trick that I learned with the software. Apparently on Windows XP there are pretty severe user interface errors. So the software doesn't lay itself out properly, so like buttons don't show up and things like that. But a guy on the EEV blog forum actually had a suggestion to install Chinese language packs, and apparently that will fix it. So I'm going to try that out. On my zombie computer up there. Still working. And the other thing I wanted to do is I've got a whole bunch of old EPROMs, or various types of ROMs. See, some of them have this piece of paper over their window so that they don't erase themselves over time. Let's see, I had one around here that had no plastic over it, or no paper over the clear window. I don't know where it went. I'll have to find it. But anyways, I was hoping to check out what's actually... Oh, here we go. See, these things get erased when ultraviolet light gets shined on them. So yeah, I'm gonna plug these in and see what's on them. I have no idea where these are from. One is, I think, from a really old Mac of some description, but I have a whole bunch of them, and I have no idea where I got them from. They've been sitting in my parts box since I was like 10, and I've had no use for them since then. Well, here's a pretty normal one. This is from a Compaq, copyright 1982 to 1990. So anyways, I'm going to start taking these out. Taking this out, I mean, and we'll see if we can have some fun. Alright, and here's the what's inside the box, or inside the packaging. I happened to buy a package that has multiple adapters, because clearly this is only a a DIP connector up here. So if you want to flash, say, PLCC, let's see if I have any in here. If you want to flash or mess with chips like this, you're going to need an adapter. So I got a package with a bunch of adapters. Hopefully they're in there and I didn't get ripped off. But anyways, this is a just a extractor tool. Otherwise you're not going to be able to extract chips from their sockets. So see, this thing just kind of, those little hooks just grab the sides of a chip like that. You grab the side of the chip like that, and then you squeeze and it pulls it up, so you don't damage your sockets. One-handed skills. Alright. No idea what that says. You are a silly foreigner. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So here's the device. It's pretty small. Smaller than I expected. But like I said, I'm not going to do a real review on this thing. Here's my adapters. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that these aren't stock with the device. Because a lot of packages, if you look on eBay, they'll have varying numbers of these, and the prices tend to vary quite widely. But I looked around for a while, excuse me, and I found a pretty full package of adapters here for about the cost of what other guys were selling just the device for. So just take a look around. And anyways, so you just stick surface mount chips in these, and it just kind of grabs on. Let's see, should have a couple PLCCs. Yep, here we go. PLCC 44. Hopefully I have one that fits that one here. Yes, I do. Here we go. PLCC 32. And just a 8-pin header here, adapter with some SOIC 8 and I guess TSSOP. I also got a great deal on this. These are just a set of little clamps. See all the little contacts on the end there? and they just kind of attach onto you know, surface mount circuits, or sorry, ICs, and just let you program them while they're in circuit. You see, under there is a SOIC chip and SOIC 8, and you just kind of open up these little teeth and carefully align it on the pins there. It's a bit fiddly, as you'd expect. There's not much of a, you know, anything to grab onto, but you grab onto the little, so you know, this is a chip, the side of a chip, and the side profile, the pins kind of go out like that. Well, you just clip onto the side there, and it, you know, it holds it on. You can very easily, you know, push it over, but it's not terrible. And yes, oh, actually, wait, no, the pinout isn't the same. What? I don't get it. Well, I'll have to figure this out. I thought this plugged in there, but clearly it plugs in somewhere else, and I'm just an idiot or something. Alright, let's actually get to opening up some chips, figuratively. Alright, so here's the software. I just downloaded the latest version, which just came out, you know, a few days ago, so they are iterating on this. But as you can see, these are not aligned, and you know, I guess this wouldn't be a problem, but you know, this stuff down here, I can't interact with it. And you know, there's supposed to be an entire window here, you know, saying, you know, there's configuration options for the chip. This is a PIC18F series chip that I've selected just for fun, and there's supposed to be, you know, ability to configure fuses and things like that. Oh, okay, this showed up this time, but often it doesn't show up, or you know, it just doesn't work or whatever. So on the EV blog forum, see, this guy, Radio Man, with one post, he says basically install the Chinese or East Asian languages. So I'm going to do just that and see if it works. Alright, see if this works. Should. Well, as long as the CD-ROM drive still works. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Come on. You're undead. You can't break. Come on. There it is. No worries. Put this in here. She'll be fine. Yep, there it goes. Well, catch you when it's done. Need I say more? But the file is there. Look, I'm browsing for the file. That's the file it wants. It exists. Look, I'll copy it to the desktop. See? No worries. And say, yeah, use that file. Retry. No? Well, let's see if it'll take it from the desktop. See? Still there. See if it works. No. Windows. It's there! Use it! For Pete's sake! Well, I stuck a random Windows XP Home CD in there. This is XP Professional, but somehow that worked. Sweet. Alright, check it out, folks. Let me launch this thing, and look! Yes, that is looking much better. I actually have an information button there. All of this stuff shows up that I didn't even see before. Because you remember, you saw basically just like this little text and maybe some of this. But now, see, all this stuff is here. Anyways, let me post that on the forum as this works, because no one actually apparently has tried it. So let me post that real quick, and then we'll start playing around with EPROM. Now, an excellent feature that you might not know of in these universal programmers is that they actually offer a limited range of logic chip testing. So I've got this 74LS 138. I think it's a 3 to 8 decoder, and it's pretty ratty. I've had it for like 10 years, and you know, I'm wondering if it still works. So I can stick it in here, and I can actually go and select off of the usual menu, chip test. I hit test there, Boom. Yeah, it says what it is, 3 to 8 decoder. Test normal. So there's a decent range. There's not a huge amount. You know, there's not every 74 series chip in here. Like, you know, I wanted to test a 190, what was it, a 190 something or other. 164? Oh, no, it hasn't. Let's test this one. But, you know, I was testing a whole bunch of my chips and I didn't find some of them, so. But, you know, for the ones that it does have, seems to work just great. So that's a 164. Select, test, shift register, normal, fantastic. I like this. I like this a lot. This functionality just by itself is worth, you know, a decent amount of money. So I've got all these chips that I can now test to see if they work without having to, you know, write Arduino software or something like that. Okay, first up is this Texas Instruments TMS 27C256-2JL. Looks like it was dated 1988, which coincidentally is the year I was born. So let's line this up properly. Stick that in there. Okay, I was under the incorrect impression that pushing this ID button would actually detect. Actually what you do is flash detect, but it only supports 8 and 16 pins, so no worries. We are going to, let's see, no, okay, so I guess we want to read. What's this? Program, no, okay, read. Alright, see what happens. Hey, look. And it's blink. Alright, let's see. What is blink check? Is it verify? No. Tools? No. Ah, blink check. Oh, it's not empty. Alright. Oh, look at that. Okay. Copyright. Looks like the years have not been nice to this. I think this chip never had the cover on top, so it's been slowly eaten away by ultraviolet. But I'll see if I can pick out some string. Right, so I've dumped out the raw data into this bin file, and I'm just going to use the strings program. This is running inside Cygwin, you know, bash shell inside Windows, and strings basically rips out all the things that it thinks are printable. So I'm just going to run that, and it'll basically tell us all the little bits of string that might be visible. So let's see if we can make heads or tails of any of this. It looks pretty far gone. It just occurred to me that I have two of these that are exactly the same, and it's very likely that these are actually go together, so it's probable that, you know, they're alternating bytes. So let me just read both of them in and combine them and see what I can see. Well, well, well. Here's the first few lines of the strings on the first one I read. CPRGT, and then some parentheses and stuff. And what's here? OIH, and then C98. Well, copyright. Yes. So, this is probably copyright 1988. Makes sense with the date code on the chip, so I'm going to zip these together and hopefully we'll see something cool. So I fired up WinHex, and I think this Unify option looks very promising. Alright, so I've dumped out the file, the joined file. Let's see what strings it gives us now. Ha ha ha, look at that. 1980 by Zenith Data Systems Corporation. Weird, I wasn't expecting that. Where the heck is this from? Why does it say Badger? This is weird. Zenith Data Systems. Huh. Okay, well, clearly it's from some sort of computer. Okay, that's the end. Let me do some poking around and see what's going on. I'm really wondering what that badger is doing up there. Well, after doing some poking around and digging around in my own biological memory banks, I think this is the machine it came from, a Zenith Minisport or something very similar. Because I distinctly remember when I was maybe, I don't know, 7 or something like that, some guy gave me an old laptop to play with, and I distinctly remember the bizarre aspect ratio screen and you know, the whole form factor here of a hinge in the middle of the machine closing over. And yeah, that machine didn't last very long. I'd really like to take things apart back then, and with little regard to you know, their future, you know, value or whatever, or even their operational ability. I just wanted to take things apart. So I took that thing apart, but I guess I saved the EPROMs, and well, you know, I'm 25 now and they still work, so that's pretty cool. Apparently this thing ran MS-DOS from ROM, so this totally makes sense. So here's some specs here, you know, 1 meg RAM, or 2 meg RAM depending on what you choose, and you know, things like that. Wikipedia says it was running in ADC88 at 4.77 or 8 megahertz. You know, all that cool stuff. But you know, it was a full MS-DOS machine, so pretty cool for back then. Introduced in 1989, so you know, the dates certainly match up. Well, that's cool. Might have to post up this ROM in case someone needs it. Alright, let's look at another one. I've got lots to look at. Next we have this rather sorry looking old chip. It's marked Intel '77, so I assume that means 1977, which makes this a very interesting device. So let's pop this sucker in and see what it says. Alright, I don't have an exact part number. This is a D2716, but I chose an M2716. Yeah. I'm just gonna go for it, because nothing else looks very promising, so shoot, let's just read it. Boom. Read. Oh hey, done. Alright. Anything interesting in here? No strings that I can see. It's a very small chip. If I had to guess, this may have been from an Apple II. I think I took one of those apart. Shame on me, but I didn't know any better. I'll just save this one. D2716. Yeah, nothing interesting in here. Maybe it's not using ASCII encoding. With things this old, you know, it's possible. Next. Next is this very cool looking STM27C1001. And of course, it is included. Man, I'm quite impressed with this reader here. So let's hit the read button, see what happens. Read. Read. Yep, there's stuff here. Ah, that's cool. Copyright Olivetti, 1992. Okay. Cool. I don't know where all these came from. I never had an Olivetti. Maybe my dad gave me a bunch of them. Devil is included. Look at all that. Yeah. Evil machine. Oh, look at all that. A whole new set of them. Seems like it repeats. Oh, here we go. Here's some interesting stuff. Yeah. More kind of BIOS stuff. Ah, here we go. Here's a better date. Cool. And this is a likely suspect for the machine this thing came out of. It's an Olivetti M290. Apparently these are very popular in Italy. You see, Italia. And I have vague recollections of some machine like this. I'm gonna have to send these to my dad, pictures of this thing to my dad, and see if he's given me any of these. Maybe I can learn their history. But yeah, it was made in '88. But I guess they made them for a few more years. It's a 286, a couple megs of RAM. It's PS2 keyboard and mouse, so not ridiculously old. Let's see what else they have. 20 meg disk. It could totally run Microsoft Windows 3.11. Very interesting. Next. Oh, and there's a video. Search for that. There's one of it starting up. Next is this chip here. Unfortunately, there's nothing under the window. This is a NM27C512NE. It's a Motorola something or other, 1993. And I see a little table or something. Armed, mute, emergency locked, radio. Oh, redial, radio. Delayed. So it looks like this is some sort of security system. Oops. Clicking around with my mouse. Oh, maybe some sort of security system. Nothing much else of interest. There's some more strings, but it's like, master, meter, minute, scan, ringer. Who knows? Maybe it's some sort of meter. Maybe a gas meter or something? I don't know. Well, next I'd like to read this beautiful MSM 2708AS by OKI. Unfortunately, this thing is just so old that this reader doesn't seem to have any programming for it, so I'll have to save that for a rainy day. Oh, and before you wonder, yes, I'm going to replace all the covers on top of these guys, because I don't want the UV from various sources erasing these things over time. But for now, just so we can look at them. Now to change things up, it's a Winbond W49F002U. I'm pretty sure I just yoinked this out of a motherboard at some point, so let's see what's in it. Hey look, it even has a little adapter graphic. How nice. Read. Okay, looks like it's working. Lots of strings in this one. I see different languages and things, might as well dump it. Brightness, contrast, luminosity. Looks like this might have come out of a TV then. Color, temperature, oh yeah. Looks like we have different languages going on here, so color, temperature, temperatura del color, temperatura de la couleur, all that good stuff. Speakers. Okay, yeah, there's the languages. English, French, Spanish, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese. Okay, so this came out of some sort of... Oh look, there's even ratings down there. PG-13, NC-17, TVY, TV-14. All children. It says all children. Oh, okay, I guess children ages 7 and above. Maybe this was from a cable box then. Yeah, I bet this was from a cable box. Program block, MPAA. Of course the MPAA would do that. And it looks like we've gone into the program section. Yeah, nothing else here. Interesting. Next is this AMD AM27C256Q. Unfortunately, I had to peel up this a little, the label a little bit using some alcohol. That should stick back down once the alcohol dries. Anyway, Quadtel BIOS software. You can see all that kind of stuff. Stick it in the hot seat. Hit the button. Read. EISA Enhanced VGA BIOS. Windows Accelerator VGA. Yeah, I was just reading up on Quadtel on the Phoenix Technologies wiki page. Phoenix BIOS, you've probably seen it. Apparently in 1992 Phoenix bought Quadtel, which was another BIOS supplier. So makes sense if you look at the strings here. Oops, if we look at the strings here, see there, copyright 8792 Quadtel, a Phoenix Technologies Limited company, and a date is 20393. So I guess they used that code for a few years after the purchase. Cool. Pretty sure I know what this is. Do you think it's a 486DX ISA BIOS from AmaBIOS? Well, I couldn't be bothered to peel off that plastic. It stuck on there pretty well. Didn't want to ruin it. So I guess this one lives to remain another mystery or something like that. Why don't we take a look at this one here? Yeah, clearly a BIOS. How easy is it to peel this off? Pretty darn easy, as it turns out. Nothing written there. And there's the... I always love seeing those chips. It looks so cool. Easy does it. Of course the text is on the side that I started peeling it later. Keep that. This is Intel 1977 D8742, and you can really see the details of that. Let me take a picture. Well, unfortunately this is another one that the device can't read, but sure looks pretty. I think that'll be my new desktop background for a while. And this 27C256 looks like it's another from that alarm system. Nothing too interesting, mostly code, but I saw one string in there saying dial, so I'm assuming that's that. I'll look at that later. I think I'm running out of EPROMs here. Oh, it's another one of those compact ones. Not going to bother rereading that. This one I'd like to see. I'm not sure if this is an EPROM. It says program at 12.5 volts. I haven't been able to find the part number inside the software, so I'm going to poke around a little bit and see what I can find. Okay, well, I did some digging in, and it turns out that this isn't just a memory. It's actually a microcontroller. It's supposed to be used for peripheral interfaces in some sort of machine. It does have programmable memory, but this thing doesn't seem to have the capability to read it, or at least the programming to read it. It might be capable, but alright. So the last thing in here that it seems to have any memory on it, at least any permanent memory, I've got tons of RAM, is this one. Not sure what it is. Yeah, and this isn't memory at all. Again, it's an HD6305 MCU, so no reading that. Okay, well, I think I'll stop this video here. I hope you enjoyed it, the random poking around. If people want me to post the ROM dumps, let me know. I don't think it'll be much use to anyone, but maybe this weekend if I get bored, I'll make a blog post about the chips and you know, take high resolution images and do all that good stuff, and post the ROM dumps for each one. But I was just kind of messing around today. Long day of work, didn't feel like doing much. Cool. Well, thanks for watching.